Okay. Hi, I'm LP, and you're watching the Introducing series. I think my mission as an artist is probably to just connect with people. You know, I feel like that's what this, for me, that's what music requires and is all about. It's the impetus for writing a song. It's the impetus for uh, you know, having a message or whatever you're trying to get across, and a feeling, like to convey a feeling. And I think like I'm just trying to like, you know, commune with people at a show. Like to me, like that's the most important thing. I feel like it's not so much about me being there on stage. I kind of want it to be like a, you know, a conversation in a way. So many people, but you know, I tend to err on the side of classic things. You know, I love Roy Orbison. I love Freddie Mercury. I love Jeff Buckley and Led Zeppelin, and so many people. I mean, God, I'm spacing on. How could I forget? Who's the biggest French singer ever that I love? La Vie en Rose. Ah, gosh, how do you know? I just spaced it. I got nervous. Edith Piaf. You know, like just people that have a very their emotion is very visceral and very, you know, on the surface. Oh, you know, it's, you know, it's the thing that gave me the most, I would say, perspective and understanding of where things come from. You know, I think I had a very typical kind of, you know, difficult beginning where I didn't know. You know, I came from a family of lawyers and doctors, and just, you know, it was not like the idea of a career in entertainment was just simply not on the table. Really, it was not something that, you know, that I was encouraged to do, and it was like, you know, quite the opposite. You know, and I think it's so I feel like I started with no contacts, no nothing. You know, like many people do, but but even it's a very weird thing to try to get good at something that may or may not pan out, you know, because, you know, I was, again, brought up by people that, like, you know, you went through a certain amount of school and you got to the next level, you took the test, you did this, and then you became that, and you know, but in entertainment you could spend your whole life trying to get, you know, put your 10,000 hours in or whatever, and still, you know, luck of the draw. So it was a very, you know, I think I didn't have a plan B, I just kind of went for it. I think I've definitely learned that one man's trash is another's treasure. I think I've very much learned that, you know, I was, before Lost on You became what it's become, like, you know, to a bunch of people, I was dropped from my label after playing them that song. I feel like you know, I just learned a lot from that, you know, and I like to tell that story because I like to encourage people that have heard no, have had the door slammed in their face, you know, and just encourage them to know that doesn't mean you take the same song and you hawk it around the world for the rest of your life going, why? You know, but to just like keep going and not to get, not to let one person, you know, it's like, you know, finding, I guess, a lover or something like that. You know, you don't fall in love with every single person, you know, something clicks, and, you know, and also just not to force things. I feel like when you have to allow, not to get too hippy-dippy spiritual, but like you have to allow the universe to flow and serve you, and not put confines on it. I think as soon as you do that, you're stopping these possibilities that you may have never thought of. It's kind of cool. I think it has a big role, you know, even people that have no fashion sometimes, or like no, like, you know, clearly don't care about it sometimes, that's a statement in itself. I think, you know, this is your house, you know, it's like you want to, I think also it doesn't always come down to like the brand or whatever you're wearing. I think what transcends is comfortableness and a comfortability in one's own skin, you know, like, and I think that's the thing that like you wanna try to project, and not even like it shouldn't be fake. You want to project it because you feel it, and I think that, you know, fashion in general should include that, incorporate that. So I just like kind of I do what I do. The golden rule. The golden rule is that I think there is no golden rule, you know. I think there is, you have to, you know, you have to do, sometimes you're thinking something seems so outlandish or just not right, and that's the thing, you know. And I think that's what, like, when you hear a song that you're like, wow, I've not heard a song like this before, or an artist like this before, it's usually because it's something that was just so off the cuff that you're like, huh, like, how did that happen? I didn't see that coming. So I think, you know, I'm always, when I go into the studio, whenever I write a song, there's plenty of times where I'm like, oh, I didn't see that coming, you know, and that's what I like to come away with from a session, like that I did something that I don't usually do. From one of my songs? I mean, you know, if I'm gonna go with Lost in You, I remember when I had a funny session with that. I kept going up on a different floor to go to the restroom, and I remember coming back and just going, you know, when you get older, playing her, saying her, and I was like, I really like that one. I was like, that says a lot right now, like where, like, you know, with like how I was feeling toward my partner at the time. Johnny Darko is one of my favorites. History of Violence, Joey. I don't know. Gosh. Oh yeah, it's just like this guy's undercover, and he like he thinks he's like, no one knows who he is because he was like a killer or something like that, and then some guy, the mafia guy, comes in and knows his old name and goes, let me have a cup of coffee, Joey, and it just like, as you're like, you know, it's a Hitchcock moment.
Sure, give me some coffee, make it black.
Yes, sir.
Joey.
And your friends?
They don't drink coffee. It doesn't agree with them. Joey.
Oh, I fell. I was that thing right there. It's like a lighting thing, and I remember saying to myself, I'm gonna step on that, and it's not secure. Like the second as I was approaching, I'm like, I'm gonna step on it. I shouldn't step on it. Stepped on it. Bam! Fell in the middle of, you know, and you just hear this. Everybody, you know, but at the same time, yeah. And then I did a few push-ups. I meant to do that kind of thing and carried on. No. I just more the same, like writing and recording. Looking to put out a record in September of this year. So release a single in a couple months or so, and yeah, just a lot of touring is coming up. So yeah. Goodbye. That was the introducing series. Are you glad we were introduced? It's nice to meet you. Thank you very much.